Hello everyone. Today we are going to learning about types of educational technology. We will mainly take the second type of the educational technology. In my last period, we underwent and focused on the first type of the educational technology called as hardware approach. Okay, so as you have known about preservation, transmission, development, and what all the motion pictures, tape recorders, etc. hardware devices will be used for the storage or preservation or transmission or development of the knowledge. You know it very well about that one. I don't want to go for that one. Today we will concentrate on software approach. Let us see and go over to now this second type of the what we call as educational technology type or approach. The software approach used the principle of psychology for building in the learners a complex repertoire of knowledge or modifying his behavior. It originates from behavioral sciences and their applied aspect concerning psychology of learning. In the case of the hardware approach altogether originated from the physical sciences. The principles physical sciences are applied in the engineering materials for the preparation of the hardware materials according to their functioning. The root of the hardware approach was in the physical sciences and its allied branch, engineering, whether it is mechanical or electronics. Now, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಕಠಿಣ ಸಾಮಗ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಅದರ ಮೂಲವನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಭೌತ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ ಭೌತ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಅನ್ವಯ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ವಿದ್ಯುನ್ಮಾನ, ಯಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ಅಥವಾ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಶಾಖೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಯಂತ್ರೋಪಕರಣಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಂತ್ರಾಂಶಗಳಿಗೆ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಯಂತ್ರಗಳು hardwares, these are the physical materials, we can sense it, we can touch it, we can feel it. ಆ ಒಂದು ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಸಾಮಗ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಬಳಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಪಾಠವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬೋಧನೆ ತರಗತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವುಗಳ ಒಂದು ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. So definitely, likewise, the software approach is also having its own root in the behavioral sciences. Especially the Skinner has given the main aspect focused on the software approach root, that is in the principle of psychology. ಈ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ದ ಮೂಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮನಃಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ, ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್, ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸೋಲ್. ಆತ್ಮನ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಿದ್ವಿ ಮೊದಲು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅಂದ್ವಿ, ಇವಾಗ ವರ್ತನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ earlier in the olden days, psychology was the study of the soul, and later shifted to the concept, the study of the mind, and now purely lied on the meaning of the behavior of the individual or behavior of living beings. Behavior of the living being. Why we are considering the behavior of the living beings or any animal? ಈ ಒಂದು ವರ್ತನೆ ಏನಂತ ಇದೆ, ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ನಾವು ವರ್ತನೆಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Suppose say for example, if you are having the dog in your home, okay, you are going to talking with them, okay, you are going to interacting with them, playing with it, you are going to playing with the dog. Even cat is also there, you are going to playing with the cat. So if you say its name, Tommy, like this, puppy, this, like that, immediately it will make focus towards you. Why? ನೀವೊಂದು ಇವನ್ ನೀವು ನಾಯಿನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೆಕ್ಕನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳ್ರಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಹಿಡಿದು ಕೂಗ್ರಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಟಾಮಿ, ಪಪ್ಪಿ, ಏನೇನೋ ಹೆಸರು ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೂಗಿದ್ರಂದ್ರ ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಆಗ? Its focus, its mind towards the your voice. So therefore, this is the psychology. If you sometime say, hey, jump it, it will also jump. If you say to that of the dog and sometimes cat, you dance it, you carry this one. So they are also following the instructions of the owner or the master of that particular animal. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಸಾಕಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಅವುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾವು, ವರ್ತನೆಯನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದಾವು. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಆಹಾರವನ್ನ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಯಿನೂ ಓಡಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಂಗಾರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಓಡಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕದು? Why should dog or cat, if you show the biscuits or any bread, definitely it will rushing towards you for eating. Why this happens? Because some motivation developed in the mind of the animal too. At the same time, if you show any kind of the picture or photograph to the students, what they will do? ಒಂದು ಚಿತ್ರ ತೋರಿಸ್ರಿ ನೀವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ ಅವ್ರು, ಇದು ಏನಿದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಹಂಗಾರೆ ಏನದು? ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅವರು? ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ psychology. Interest is there, attitude is there, intelligence is there, creativity is there, participation is there, conscious is there, unconscious things are also there, semi-conscious or subconscious, the behaviors are also there. So therefore, this altogether, the software approach dependent on the principles of the psychology for building in the learners a complex repertoire of knowledge or modifying his behavior. Building in the learner's repertoire of knowledge or modifying behavior. These principles, whatever we are using, definitely these are going to be modifying the behavior of the students. So therefore, suppose if you show any video in your classes, what happens to that? Your focus will be on the video. Understand? So they are going to be observing keenly towards the what are the incidents happens or events are going to be happening in that video. They are developing the curiosity. So therefore, after participation with the help of curiosity and interest, definitely they will develop the knowledge. This repository of the knowledge, it is very complex one. The psychology of human being, it is very complex one. We cannot predict the psychology of the every individual. Sometimes the behavior may go on changing. They may exhibit dual nature of the behavior, so that the modifying behavior will be happened with the help of or on the basis of the principle of the psychology in this software approach. Then how? This is the question. If you draw the neat diagram with the color, filling of the color with respect to their parts, suppose say for example, ಒಂದು ಹೂವ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, flower is there. You want to name the different types of the parts of the this what we call as flower. ಈ ಹೂವದ ಭಾಗಗಳನ್ನ ಗುರುತಿಸಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. You can simply draw these sketches on the blackboard and ask the student and observe the student. You can name the parts with the help of only one chalk without using the color. If you use the color and make the student, definitely the focus will be more on the figure which is used with the different types of the colors. Therefore, it will impact the students' learning, focus, attention, interest. So these are all the aspects of the software. Even if we use the video better than that of the whatever we are using on the blackboard, the pic or whatever it is there. If you show the video, then it will be more impact for the students. Students will be more concentrated towards the learning. Therefore, their behavior is going to be changing. Students, learners, behaviors are modifying at this stage because of the impact of the whatever you have used, your techniques, your skills. So therefore, we are going to study mainly the software approach based on the principles of the psychology. Okay, and then psychology of learning provides solid technology for bringing desirable behavior changes in the pupils, and thus serves the cause of education of laying down definite instructional procedures, teaching behavior and behavior modifications devices. ಈಗ ಈ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಗೂರು ಮಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಕವನ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಮಾಗೂರು ಮಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಡುಗಾರರಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಾ? ಮಾನವನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಕಂಡಿ, ಸಾಯೋ ತನಕ ಸಂಸಾರದೊಳಗೆ ಗಂಡ ಗುಂಡಿ, ಬಂದು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಪ್ತ ಬಂಡಿ, ಇರೋದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನೋಡು ಜೋಗ ಗುಂಡಿ. ಈ ಹಾಡಿದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ನೀವು ಜೋಗ ಗುಂಡಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವನು ವರ್ಣನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಈಗ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ತಾವೇ ಹಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ? The impact will be more. Or else he can make the use of the tape recorder. Now it is not at all using. Now you can make best use of the your mobile with the help of the sound. ಇವುಗಳನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. These are the procedures, instructional procedures that I talking about to bring a desirable change. ನೀವು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹಾಡಿಸಬಹುದು. You can make them to involve this solid technology for bringing out the desirable changes among the peoples. So therefore, this technology surely will serve for the cause of the education, for laying down the procedures, and definitely your teaching behavior is also going to be changing. ನೀವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಹಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ, ಹೌದಾ? ಮಾನವನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇನು ಕಂಡಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸಾಯೋದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನೋಡು ಜೋಗ ಗುಂಡಿ. ನೀವು ಇದೇ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಆ ಜೋಗ ಗುಂಡಿ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಜೋಗ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್, ದಟ್ ಜೋಗ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್, if you carry the students to the jog falls, if you show it, if you sing before the students, so definitely their approach is going to be changing. Definitely these behavior modifications devices, even some won't at all possible to go to these jog falls and fill with their eyes whatever the beauty or scenic nature, whatever it is happening there. ಕೆಲವು ಜನ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಶೋ ದಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ so that behavior modification will be done with respect to that one. Okay, and then the pioneering work in software approach was done by Skinner and other behaviorists. The programs which such a technology produces are often called software. You can create the programs here. As I have already told about the Skinner ಒಬ್ರು ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರಿಸ್ಟ್, ವರ್ತನವಾದಿ, ವರ್ತನೆಯೇ ಕಲಿಕೆಗೆ ಮೂಲ ಕಾರಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳದಂತವ್ರು. ಯಾವಾಗ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ವರ್ತನೆ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ದೇರ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಈ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ಬಳಸಬೇಕು, what type of the software programmed material that you can use it during your teaching learning. Software approach is termed as a instructional technology or teaching technology or behavioral technology. You have studied about this one. What is meant by instructional technology? Instructional technology involves the teaching technology, involves the procedure of the teaching technology, utilization or optimum utilization of the teaching aid skills methodology. And this is also related to the behavioral technology too. Newspapers, books, magazines, education, games, flashcards, even you can use the computer, even you can use the motion pictures, camera and mobile. This thing. Then when do we say that program should be there? This is most important. Program. ಹೀಗೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಹಾಡುತ್ತಾ, is that mobile is going to be playing? No, software is important there. ತಂತ್ರಾಂಶ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವೀಗ ಒಂದು ಪವರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. Okay, PowerPoint will be presented with the help of projector as well as so this laptop. ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದಾ? PowerPoint ಬೇಕು. That is the software. So therefore, without the software, hardware, materials never operate and deliver the things. Therefore, they should go hand in hand. ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಚಿಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಚಿಪ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇರ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಚಿಪ್, ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್. ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. That is going to storing whatever the matter that you wanted to save. So therefore, these programmed materials are nothing but the software. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಈಗ ಕೆಸೆಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, ಟೇಪ್ ರಿಕಾರ್ಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಕೆಸೆಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸ್ಡ್ ಟೇಪ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟೈಸ್ಡ್ ಟೇಪ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್. Understand my point? So therefore, ಈಗ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್. ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇಮೇಜ್, ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಕೆಚಸ್. there are sketches, text printing can be observed on the leaves of the textbook there. So there, whatever it is printed on the material of the paper or pages, they are the softwares. So ಬರೀ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ನೋ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ at all. So therefore, the software approach is characterized by task analysis, writing precise objectives, selection of appropriate learning strategies, immediate reinforcement of responses, and constant evaluations. What is this software? That characteristic analysis, task analysis, karya vishleshane. You have to do the task analysis. So if I use the image of the, say for example, joke falls. Is it so? When to use this one? At what time use to this one? To what extent it is going to be impacting the student with respect to this Kannada, that poem, Kannada poem. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕನ್ನಡ ಪೋಯಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಬಳಸಬೇಕು? If you want to show the picture or pic of the photograph of the poet, at what time you have to show? So these are the task analysis. Then writing precise objectives. I have already said about the objectives. Okay, understanding, knowledge. I have given a big knowledge about that one. So therefore, writing precise objectives. ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳ ಬರವಣಿಗೆ. Selection of appropriate learning strategies. Okay, when to ask the question, when to use it. Then immediate reinforcement of responses and constant evaluation. Reinforcement, whenever the student says the correct answer, give a one clap to him. Say the shabash, very good. And evaluate constant whether the students have learned, to what extent they have learned it. And then we will move on to the last slide of this session. Hence, software approach is concerned with teaching objectives in behavioral terms, principles of teaching, methods of teaching, reinforcement of instructional system, feedback, reviews, and evaluation. This software approach directly linking to the teaching object. So that what exactly we have to bring soon after the completion of this teaching. In terms of the behavioral term, yesterday I told about that word. Understanding and understanding the content. Okay, student will explain the beauty of the joke falls. Explain is the behavioral term. Students will draw neatly the scenic beauty of joke falls. Draw neatly. Draw neatly is the behavioral term here. So then principles of teaching. Principles of teaching. If you directly show the video of, soon after the entering of the, if you show the video, it won't, if you show the, whatever the song of ಮಾನವನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕಂಡಿ ಒಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. Therefore, principles of teaching should be there. What today, dear students, today we are going to learning about the one of the poem of the Kannada. That one was sung by the legendary actor Dr. Rajkumar. Now we are going to learning about the such poem. You have to give the description about the poem at this stage. These are the principles of the from known to unknown. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಪಾಠವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್. ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ಗಳಿದಾವೆ? ಓಕೆ, ರಿಇನ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Software approach tries to develop all the three basic components of the technology: input, process, output. These three are the